Osprey excel at making luggage and backpacks. And do you know why that is? Because that's all they make. Their eyes are on the prize. They're not getting spread out thinking about all of the little things like clothing, like most brands do. They excel at what they do best, luggage and backpacks. So this year they brought out their amazing Transporter range, which is all designed around travel. And what I brought down to the woods today to show you is the Transporter 70 and the Carry-On 36. The whole range uses their new amazing NanoTough fabric, which is a Blue Sign approved material. This is a super tough 100% recycled nylon ripstop. So that's super tough. We've got 630 denier in the main body and 840 denier in the hard wearing areas like the bases of the bags. So that means it's super burly and really weatherproof. You can chuck this around while you're on your travels and it'll stand up to the beating. I'm going to start by concentrating on the 70 litre, which they call a Squffel. I hope I'm right in saying that because it is a square duffel. So obviously there's hundreds of different brands making duffels out there, but I think they've really thought long and hard about that, and it's got some amazing features which you can use or not, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So before I delve into the bag, I just want to show you the really nice big grab handles. There's 4 of those padded, so you can grab it from any angle and chuck it about no problem. Now at the moment, as you can see, there are no shoulder straps. That's because they're currently tucked away, which obviously helps while going through airport security and everything like that, and on the conveyor belts. They tuck really nicely in here, and it's quite simple. So many bags I really struggle with, and they have funny little buttons and stuff like that. This is simple, comes out the zip and just clips on down at the bottom. And that allows you to carry the weight really nicely. Got some nice, simple, obvious things like an ID pouch at the end here, and lots of places where you can clip accessories and bundle things together. I really like the zip pullers. They're big and chunky and easy to grab, and of course they all overlap so you can actually lock them using a little padlock. Right, so let's delve inside because this is the really interesting bit. So it's a split bag. It folds right in the middle, and you've got 2 huge compartments to store your gear. So that works really well at keeping all your gear nice and organized, whether you've got like your dirty washing in one side and not in the other and things like that. And you get so much more gear in there if you pack really nice and organized. You have compression straps on this side, so if it is bulging out before you zip it shut, you can squeeze that down. I've got a big sleeping bag in here today. The rectangular shape of it makes it really easy to use all the volume you've got getting into all the corners, so that works really nicely. And then another 2 big dump pockets here for keeping all your essentials and stuff like that in there. Now this is where I think it gets really interesting. So I like the idea of this, it sounds really nice. I'm an impatient person who rushes everything, shoves gear in, so actually looks at this and goes, well, that's far too organised for me. I can't do that. So you don't have to. If you want it to work more like a normal duffel, you can open up these big pockets and they simply roll back like so and clip down. So once zipped back close again, it's one huge compartment. Or quite simply, obviously you can still keep it as 2, so you could have this zipped up and this one rolled back, or both rolled back, or both zipped up. So then when I open up the top flap, we've got essentially a big rectangular or square duffel ready to be used with all your favourite outside accessories. But in this instance, I've kept the bottom one zipped up so I can dig on down, and then there's a little layer there dividing that other layer. And then of course inside that lid, there's another pocket for all your essentials again. Another fun little addition that Osprey's added is quite clever. They've got a little vent in here as well. So if you decide to keep that top half as your smelly clothes or your dirty washing, you can let a bit of the stink out of this sort of gap here. And of course you've got another little pocket here to keep your essentials on your keys, your phone, nice little key clip in there. So if you are treating it like your rucksack, you can keep your essentials nice and safe. And of course, being Osprey, the carry system is incredibly comfortable and really adjustable as well. So you can slide the sternum strap up and down, and you've actually got the tension straps at the top here. If that wasn't enough, you can actually remove the whole carry system. Not quite sure why you would, but it would save a bit of weight. If you're only ever going to use the grab handles, why not? So moving on to the Transporter 36 carry-on bag. It can take it, it's tough. A lot of the features are really similar. We've still got that NanoTough fabric, which is super burly and very weatherproof. Do remember that. It's got the same sort of really lovely big padded handles as well, so you can grab it in any way you like. So as you'll probably guess, this is designed to go as hand luggage and to use every little bit of space you've got to maximise what you can take with you on hand luggage. Now, please do check with your airline and have a look at all the stats that's on our website for the dimensions, because they do vary from plane to plane. I'll start with the back system because it is quite different to the duffel we've had here, because you're possibly going to carry it for quite a lot more than you would a duffel. So they've got a much nicer air mesh back system, which feels really nice and breathable if it's a hot day, even if you're walking around the city or actually walking out in the hills, because it does carry weight very nicely. And the shoulder straps, of course, stow away in the purposely designed pocket there. And there is a hip belt as well, which is fully removable or storable. And once again, the sternum strap can slide up and down, so it's nice and comfortable for you. Even features an emergency whistle in case you get in trouble. And on the back system, it's got this convenient sleeve here, because if you are using wheelie luggage, you can actually slide that onto the handle. Right, let's get into the main compartment. So again, a bit like the duffel, it opens up in the clamshell sort of style, so it can be really, really organised and absolutely loads of storage. So you can see different compartments here that I've got my nice Outside branded clothes once again. And you've got little places where you might want to keep your toiletries or your socks and your pants and things like that. Another big divider on this side as well. I've got my waterproofs and my insulated jacket there, and two smaller ones here, so it can be really, really organised. On the front, another big zip pocket here, which again, it can be really organised. There's little pen slots and things like that, and a nice bungee one you can put a water bottle in if you want. And even inside that, once again, there is another zip to keep things really, really secure. I really like that the side pocket, which is probably designed for a water bottle most of the time, is actually a zip closure one, because often they just put a bungee pocket on there because you're getting your water bottle in and out all the time. But you want to chuck it on its side and move it around a bit, it would just fall out. So it's nice and secure in there and swallows a big bottle easily. And at the back, there's a huge, really generous laptop sleeve, which is padded so it can protect your electronics in there. I think it takes up to about a 16-inch laptop. I've got a much smaller one here, which has got a small little sleeve within that as well, so it doesn't rattle around. At the top here, there's another little zip which can double up as a pocket, but also is sort of a mesh lining so that you can let your clothes air. So this could be the perfect bag for sort of weekends away or work trips, because you could go walking with it, you can use it for your laptop and all your organised bits of kit. But also being Osprey, of course, it carries better than a normal sort of travel bag because they know you're going to go out in the hills with it as well. So I love what Osprey have done with this range. I really like the fact that this bag could be really organised if you're a really organised person, or just a big dumping ground if you're more like me. If you liked that video and you'd like to see more like this, do consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Or if you get a chance, come and have a look in the shop or on our website, because we've got loads more products like this and a massive offering from Osprey.